But successful arm day team. Feel good after that. Nice pump. Tries are pretty blown up. Full blown, as Kevin Levrone would say. Straight from the rear. What is up, team? It is your boy Diesel D back again in the gym, our happy place. So, team, today I'm coming at you guys with a new workout. Don't know if I've showed you this whole thing before, but this is on the new training schedule that we've got coming up, or we're doing currently, and it's pretty beastly, team. So, buys and tries, getting a solid pump. I remember before I linked up with my coach Dexter Jackson that arm days for me kind of were, I wouldn't say they were like a day off, but they definitely weren't as hard as I was going on, say, something like legs, chest, or back. But man, it's been making me put in that work. These are hard, heavy, long sessions, really crushing the arms here, high volume, some heavy weight thrown in there as well. And we've made some improvement on the arms, team. So stay tuned, and we're gonna catch a good pump. Let's go. All right, team. So first up on the agenda, we have some bicep curls. We're packing our biceps first in this part of the workout. We're gonna start this with some incline curls. Nice isolated movement. All the way down, coming up, trying to get a good squeeze at the top. Throwing the weight, not trying to drop it here. So this is going to be a standard 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. So be aiming for 12 reps on this. If you fall to 10, that's all right. So we want to get nice and heavy on these, and we'll go up in weight. So kind of just warm the muscles up first before we throw on everything we got. All right, team. You're kind of new to lifting. I'd say 3 sets is probably how much you want for your exercises. Right about there is good enough for you to get some stimulation and then get some growth out of that. I'm lifting for coming up on like 16 years now, and trying to get the pro card in open bodybuilding. So we're hitting up to 5 sets on some of these later exercises here, team. So stay tuned. You are following along. Maybe keep it to 3. Let's go. Not bad, team. So we will go up and weight a little bit from there, and possibly again on the 3rd set. But that's it, team. You can either do it straight down or come with a little twist like I was doing previously. Up to you. Make sure you get them gains, boy. All right, team. So we have finished up our incline curls. I went up in weight. I think we started with the 12.5 kgs. I went to the 15 kgs and stuck there for 2 sets. So I got 12 the 2nd set, and on a 3rd set, I hit 10. So nice controlled movements. Not really trying to swing with these. Being in the incline curl is very isolated, so you shouldn't have a lot of momentum while you're going through these lifts. So we're going to continue on with the incline curls, but we're going to do it in a hammer curl variation. So when you're doing your hammer curls, you see a lot of people with a big arm facing this way, but you turn it and look on it dead on. It's nice and skinny. So your hammer curl is going to work all the outside of your arm there and get that nice and thick. So get those in there. Generally, you can go a bit heavier on your hammers, but we will start a little bit lower, the same weight we did with the other ones, just to make sure everything gets warmed up. So, 2nd exercise, so you won't go crazy straight out the gun. Let's go. Another 3 sets of 10 to 12. Good stuff, team. So feel that in the forearm there, all your brachialis all up through there. So whew, that is a good one, team. Make sure you get your hammer curls in there along with your regular variations of your curls. You don't want to be big this way and a little skinny arm that way. You see people hitting like their side shots or whatever, one arm down, and looks big on this side, and this side's all skinny and limp on there. That ain't the way, team. That ain't the way. All right, team. So, started with the 12 and a halves, went to the 17.5 kgs, and we're on the 22.5s. So, probably get about 10 here. But this is what I mean about being able to get a bit heavier with your hammer curls. So, take a little bit longer of a break because these are a bit heavier and trying to pull as much as we can. So, let's get it, baby. That's absolutely good stuff. All right, my peeps. So next up, we have some incline curls. Putting it on this bad boy with the easy bar. So again, it's going to be 3 sets of 10 to 12. I did 1 set already, and I hit 10 on this, so I've had a good break. And I reckon I was going to hit the top set, show you guys something a little bit better than showing you like the bottom sets, which are kind of boring, don't look as impressive till we get to the good stuff. But as soon as I hit only 10 on that one, I was like, we're going to have to get the good shot right now, team. So this will be set number 2 of 3, and we'll aim to hit a 10 here again, at least. Otherwise, you got to drop down, team, which isn't a bad thing. You got to do what you got to do. But if we can get 10 again, I'll be pretty stoked. Let's go. So that was a good solid 10, team. So if you are not dropping the weight all the way down, get your arms pretty much straight, probably drop the weight. If you're just sitting here kind of hitting right here because it's too heavy, get all the way down, lengthen out that bicep, get a good curl to the top. And if you need less weight, use less weight. It's individual. Don't go out here. I'm saying trying to press y'all, but do what you need to do to keep your form good, keep yourself injury free. So if you're only getting to right about here and you're struggling, and if you put it down here all the way, completing a full rep, and you have no chance of getting back up, drop the weight and work up to that heavier weight that you want to use with good form. Your arms will grow, team. Let's go. Whew. All right, team. So last exercise we have for biceps is going to be it's a variation of 21s. So we're gonna have one extra rep on these, but you'll be looking to do with your 21s. We're gonna have 7 generally in a low rep range, 7 in a high rep range, and 7 in a full rep range. But with these, Dexter is diabolical. So we're gonna hit these for 8 reps of each. These bad boys burn, but they're solid as hell. You even hear Ronnie Coleman, if y'all know Ronnie, talking about doing 21s. They're a staple team, so we're gonna get them. They hurt, but no pain, no gain, as they say, team. So get in here, and I will show you how it's done. Let's go. So hit our 7 bottom ones first. I have 8, 8 to the top. 7 full, 8 full. Ooh, that's the good stuff. Ooh, so that is a good pump on their team. Ugh. Not too bad. So we have that for 4 sets. So I got 3 more sets of that after this. Catch a break and get into it, baby. Let's catch this pump. All right, team. So we are done with biceps. And here's where we start getting into some hard, heavy, nasty work. So these are going to be moving on to triceps, but we're going to be hitting 5 sets of 12 to 15 reverse grip push downs. So normally your push downs would be here with your straight bar or your easy bar. We're going reverse grip and hitting them there. So if you're kind of just starting out into lifting, kind of beginner intermediate, 5 sets, especially all these exercises like for biceps, you could probably eliminate one of those exercises for your biceps, 1 or 2, be fine if you're kind of just starting out, and definitely probably don't need to be hitting 5 sets of 15 for your triceps. We're doing that here because your triceps are 2/3 of your arm, so bigger muscle group, so we can take a little bit more work to get those pumped and ready to go. But I'd say 3 to 4 sets of 12 if you're kind of just starting out. And if you're advanced, well, stick along, team. See how far you can make it. So let's get into it. Try to keep the arms nice and locked and get a good extension here. It's not a bad, team. We're going to keep working this weight up as we go and get it from there. So not starting out as heavy as we can, working up the weight. As we get into that 5th set, we'll be at our heaviest there, and try to expect to be probably hitting around 12 reps at that point. But yeah, going good. Got some heavy stuff after this. Try to hit these. It's real cold at the moment. It's winter here in Invercargill, New Zealand. So gym is pretty cold, and I'm getting a little cold, so it's kind of hard to keep the pump. Kind of wish I had a pump cover when I came in, so I haven't really got like nice and hot. Just off the bat, rolled in with just the shirt in, just the sleeveless. So I think we're officially into pump cover weather, team. Let's go. Good stuff, boy. Good stuff. Few more sets. Let's get it. All right, team. Lay my big old self down here. Up next, we have some skull crushers on the ground. We got this for 5 sets of 8 to 10 reps, so going to get a little bit heavier on this. One thing we are supposed to be doing on this is getting a good pause at the bottom on the floor. So a little bit behind our head, getting a good pause, dead stop, and going from there. Let us get into it, team. Spit up. We don't hit that bench next to us, but let's go. Good stuff, team. So I will add a little bit more weight on there. It's a little easy. And that's us, team. Let's get these bad boys in. Let go. Whew. All right, team. So we finished with those hard and heavy skull crushers there. I told you. To be a mix up of stuff that we got going on. A little bit of high volume, a little bit of heavyweight as well. But we're back onto the volume train now. So we got some V-bar push downs for the triceps. To be another 5 sets of 12 to 15. So higher reps here. Whew. And a couple of these sets, team. So I will set the weight here and I will go up as needed. So get used to the movement and then start pushing the weight up from there. Let's go. Whew. It's nice and easy to keep the form good there. A little light, so we will pop that down once again. But yeah, team, it's good, solid workout. Little tricep coming through there. A little something, something getting meaty towards the back of that arm, boy. That's what we want. It's where most of your arm size is going to come. A lot of people think that try to get some big arms, it's going to be a lot of bicep work and stuff like that. You see them curling all day long, but really, it is the tricep that gives you quite a bit of your arm size there, especially from the back and the rear. It's all tricep there. Not too much biceps, but got to get those in there too. Get you some arm peaks in there, baby. Ooh, enough jibber jabber. Let's get into this next one. Nice. Gets the people going. So add a little bit more weight on that team before we hit this next one. Whew. So I finished my first full week with the fire department here in town, which has been pretty sick. Getting to do some totally new training, whole new career path for me. Never done anything in the services, which I've always wanted to. So happy to finally get there. Moving down here in Chicago, New Zealand has been pretty sick. A lot of things have lined up that have been pretty cool for my life. This gym in here has a shit ton of old school weightlifting equipment, a lot of old Nautilus stuff that is pretty much collector's items at this point. You know, if you guys know your bodybuilding, you know Joe Weider is the one who started all that, and you can see behind me, behind you guys, this rack is all Weider weights, which is pretty sick, team. So yeah, old school Nautilus double leg machine over there. If you guys know Sean Clarita, I think he just posted somewhere he's in Germany, some cool gym over there, had one of those, and I was like, yeah, I got that. Some other cool stuff that you guys, Mike Mentor's coming around back on Instagram and stuff like that, seeing a lot of his techniques, but you see him training on a lot of these machines that are in here, and they are top-notch quality, guys, so really sick. Let's get it. Yeah, good stuff. So hop that down to second to last one on there. But yeah, I've always been interested in getting into the military. Y'all know I got tried to get in when I was 18, found out I had glaucoma, which is very rare for somebody at a young age. But that is that, and tried to get in after that, and they were like, "Yeah, sweet." Looked it up, and it's because it's chronic. It means ongoing treatment. Take eye drops, and you're pretty sweet there. Especially because I caught it when I was young. But it is a chronic disease, so you have it forever, and it's just a high pressure of the eye. Your eyes have the pressure. Mine are slightly high, so it kind of sits and squeezes on your octave nerve over time and damages it over years. Take eye drops to keep the pressure at a normal level, but because it's chronic, the military won't take you. So I was trying to get into special operations. I was in into martial arts when I was younger, and thought that that would have been a cool progression of that warrior mindset, as well as I did well in school when I tried. Um, didn't really try, but always was in gifted and talented honors classes, AP, which is college level stuff throughout high school. So smart enough to do it, just bored in school, didn't really like it. But I felt that being in the military, that special operations would have been a combination of brawn, being physically top notch, and also mentally top notch as well. So that didn't pan out. Getting into other some stuff, did some IT work for a while, some other jobs. But yeah, I've gotten into the fire department now, which is pretty fun so far. Team first week, doing a lot of training, learning a lot of new stuff. Um, Learning pressures of different hoses, combinations of hoses, and how that affects the pressures and the pressure from coming from your pump truck and stuff like that to get out to the right pressure for the um, at the end where you're actually spraying at your branch is what it's called. Still learning, team, but yeah, let's go. Sheesh. But yeah, it's going pretty good so far. Got a cool team that I'm working with. Got rained out of training outside on the trucks and stuff like that in their gear. So just doing stuff like knot tying. Um, Recently, I learned how to split a hose coming out into different delivery pathways. So one hose coming from the truck, and then how to say we're fighting fire over here. Two-man team coming back to the split in the hose for comes from the delivery to the from the pump to the actual branch out there fighting the fire. Running back to the pump, getting the correct apparatus, setting that up, and then getting a branch out to fight two fires from that one hose coming back from the truck. So cool stuff, team. Cool stuff. Whew. All right, let's get another one in the books, team. Let's go. Whew. That's the good stuff. So off for 2 days. I got off this morning at midday. So have today off and then 2 full days and then come back uh, midday after those 2 days. So almost like having three days off, 2 full days, but 4 days on. And yeah, chose the airport fire service. So I'm still trying to get some good bodybuilding in. And I know Steve Kuko was the only person I know who's, pro, solid pro, and a firefighter. I mean, Ronnie was a police officer, but he's Ronnie, so I can't really take him as an example. But yeah, Steve Kuko was a firefighter. Definitely said it was hard. I read some articles about him, talking about how it, messes with his workouts, messes with his sleep and stuff like that, getting calls overnight. So luckily at the department I'm at, we are latest there, maybe like 9 to 10 p.m. if there's flights delayed, things like that. And we're there in the morning at 5 a.m. at the earliest, so I should be able to get some good sleep in there. Um, Definitely more physical than having just an office job, which I guess is probably the most ideal to have as a bodybuilder, but this is way more fun. Let's go, team. So next up, we have some machine dips. A little bit lower on this. I know the guy who owns all this equipment, and he was saying that your elbows should be right around the pulleys for these bad boys. But we got this for another 5 sets of 14 to 18. And this is going to also be superset with some diamond push-ups. So diamond push-ups are going to be right here, trying to touch your chest and your hands in this position here, making a diamond T. So let's go. Alrighty. Don't know if you can see. If not, oh well. But we've got these. I think it's just fair. There's no ref scheme on their team, so we'll get this and then get on to the next ones. Let's go. Ooh, that boy heavy. I go. Whew. All right, team. So that is us done and dusted for arms today. Ooh, looking pretty good, team. So last time I measured my arms, we were at, barely a hair under 20 inches, which is pretty sick. So hoping they're a little solid here. A little more solid than last time. Should be pretty sick. Some good stuff, baby. But successful arm day, team. Feel good after that. Nice pump. Tries are pretty blown up. Full blown, as Kevin Levrone would say. Straight from the rear. Yeah. That's us, team. Nothing too about to do it. It's your boy Diesel D. Signing out. Peace.